Good morning to you. God bless you. I hope that you are having a great day. If you're not so far, I pray that it will get a lot better. I want to bring you a word of encouragement. And this word today is from the book of John. And we start off in John 2. John 2 and verse 1. You have to excuse my eyes are playing badly today. Go on the third day, there was a wedding at Cana in Galilee, and the mother of Jesus was there, and Jesus and his disciples were invited to the wedding. When the wine ran out, the mother of Jesus said to him, "They have no wine." And Jesus said to her, "Woman, what does that have to do with me? My hour has not yet come." Jesus was being clear to her. Jesus's mum, Mary, turned around and said, "Go on, do the stuff that you do, or that you know that I know you're capable of doing." Jesus was signifying, my hour has not yet come. The hour for Jesus to be revealed as he is has not yet come. We see that in John 7, a little bit later on in Jesus's journey. We see that at the temple there is the feast, and his brothers turn around to him, taking the mickey, say, "If you really are the Messiah, go up there and reveal yourself to all the people." Jesus turns to them and he says, "My hour has not yet come. Your hour is always here." What he was signifying was his will is to do the will of the Father. Their will was just to do what they wanted. So their hour is always here. Jesus' hour, the hour for him to be revealed, to finalise the God's plan for his life, had not yet come. But we see later on in John 12 and 24, the Greeks come and they're looking for Jesus. And we see that Jesus says to them, and Jesus answered them, and saying, "The hour has come for the Son of Man to be glorified." Jesus was signifying, now is the time. Jesus lived his life for 33 years. We know that for the first 30, Jesus did normal job. Jesus was a carpenter. We know that because the people of his town turned around and says, "Who's this? Isn't he a carpenter?" We know that Jesus was a carpenter. Now, last night, this is what my eyes are playing up. I was at the unit till quite late, and the guys, some guys are there today. God bless you, and I know on Friday as well. So I managed to hammer my finger onto a nail. That's quite unusual, isn't it? But I managed to hammer my finger onto a nail. Ouch, and that did hurt. But it suddenly occurred to me, perhaps, I'm not saying this is not in the Bible, did Jesus get splinters? Jesus was a carpenter for 30 years, and anybody that's worked for wood for any longer than 10 minutes will tell you the possibility of splinters is pretty high. So did Jesus get splinters? Because Jesus lived a normal life Jesus lived anything but a normal life. But what I mean is there were elements of Jesus' life that were perfectly normal, the same as ours. When we say, look to Jesus, the author and finisher of our faith, we also don't mean just look to him seated on his throne in heaven. But look to the example of his life. That Jesus lived a life, but he lived it free from sin. He was tempted as we are, yet he didn't sin. We look to the example of Jesus' life, and on the bad days that we have, on the stuff where we try to just get through, perhaps we sometimes need to remember, maybe even Jesus got splinters. But we know that a time is coming when we also, because we are not finished on our journey yet, but that we also will be like him. It says in 1 John 3 and verse 2, "Beloved, now we are children of God, and it has not yet appeared as yet what we will be." Jesus knew that his hour has come. Jesus knew at that moment, as he saw throughout his whole life, waiting in his ministry, waiting in his life for 33 years, to a point where he knew now is the culmination of God's plan for my life. Waiting 33 years for that. You know, what will become has not yet appeared, but it will do one day, the same as it did for Jesus. And we must be patient, and we must persevere and push through those times. And when we have difficulties, trials, hammering of fingers onto nails, we remember, do you know what? Perhaps even Jesus got splinters. The author and finisher of our faith, who persevered with God's plan, who pushed on through, who endured the cross, despising its shame, and is seated at the right hand of our Father in heaven. God bless you. I hope that you have a wonderful day. Be encouraged, be refreshed, and persevere in Jesus' name. God bless you.